Hey, all you minties. Welcome back to a special edition of Reels Talk with your host, the amazing Amanda, and my lovely co-host, the Uncanny Omar. Hello, Omar. How are you? I feel like it's been so long since I've seen you.
It's been a while since I've seen you. Yeah, how's everybody doing tonight? Hopefully people got to see the Thunderbolts movie. If you haven't yet, come back later. Bookmark this
Are
thing.
we going to talk spoilers? Because there's a lot. I know if there's a lot of people in the chat who haven't seen it. Apparently, James is going to watch something.
We can talk about the non-spoilery part of the movie. Like, we can talk about the movie without going into spoilers, and then we can have a spoiler section. How about that?
Yep, that sounds good to me.
Will that work for you? All right, let's do it. This video is sponsored by. Nope, not one of those.
Not one of those videos.
My son to see it this afternoon.
Did your son like it?
I went at 4 p.m. and the MJR I went to had an error, so my ticket ended up being free.
Oh.
So that's a bonus.
I like that.
Go and see it. I think you would like it. I'm seeing the movie on Saturday. Evening, Amanda. Omar Griffin X, how are you doing? How is everybody doing? Taskmaster was beast. This might have been my favorite movie with Taskmaster in it. All right, so let's do a non-spoilery part of the movie.
Yes.
I had a lot of fun with this movie.
Me too.
I thought it was something that was needed. I like this ensemble. I think ensembles work better because you have characters kind of feeding off of each other.
Yes.
And we've gotten to know some of these characters throughout the different movies and in the MCU, and it's been a while since we've seen some of them. So it's really interesting to see them work together and feed off of each other. So the humor's there, and it did make me laugh. Hey, Phil, I'm gonna try.
That's different than like Suicide Squad is that we've already seen all these characters before, so you kind of get an idea of how they're going to act, and they're not trying to like. I feel like the humor is not too forced. You know how, like maybe some of the Red Guardian stuff, but for the most part, I don't feel like they were really trying to force the humor on us. Like, aren't they the funny group of misfits? I think it just kind of naturally happened throughout the film based off the characters and what we already know about them, and that helped in my mind. And I don't want to compare it to Suicide Squad, but you're talking about anti-hero squads, and so the comparison exists in some shape or form. So
I think a lot of people the popcorn tastes good. As a matter of fact, no, something happened to Amanda's popcorn and something to do with
terrible
rat feces or something. But what I liked about this, it was the whole tone of the movie. So the first part, like the first third of the movie, was a little bit of a slow burn. And then we got to the second part because I really thought, are we gonna have a bottle type of movie where it just takes place in one location the entire time? And then we get to the second act, and the second act seems a lot more fun. More of the cast comes together, and then it all leads up to the third act, right? I love the overall arch of the movie, like what it focuses on and what brings the characters together and why they work so well together. I thought that was really cool. And it's always a joy to see Yelena on screen. Like, she is one of the best MCU. Like, lock down Florence Pugh for like 10 movie deals, whatever you need to do. I really thought she worked well with everyone else, right? She's got the perfect timing with her dry humor. There's a certain sadness within her because of everything that she's lost. And she's such a great actress. I really like it, man.
I know. Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, man. I was not expecting it to have
art like it did, like the.
I wasn't expecting to have that arc, and I wasn't expecting to have fun watching this. Like, it was a fun movie.
It was fun. I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. I think Joe said it really, like, I always love Yelena, but this movie got me to love John Walker, and I'm true. I like Wyatt Russell. He's a great actor.
Yeah, right.
I hated his character in Falcon Winter Soldier, but
it was a bad show.
Yeah,
I would stick to my guns and still. I did not like that show. I thought it was just average at best.
But him and I gotta hand it to Sebastian Stan. Like, when he comes on screen, he really has just like he understands the character of Bucky. You can really tell, and he's really come a long way to becoming like a leading man. You've got to hand it to Sebastian Stan, just as an actor. It kind of makes you, sometimes wish that he was Captain America, but I think Winter Soldier, Dark Horse, antihero suits him better. He's really good at playing those characters. So, yeah.
Wasn't that hyped about the movie, but the reviews are having me more interested. I wasn't either, because let's face it,
the track record's not great.
They haven't had a good outside of Guardians 3 and I guess Deadpool and Wolverine, which were already well-established franchises within the MCU. They haven't had anything good, right? Like stand on its own. And I'll be honest with you, like I thought the plot in this was better than Deadpool and Wolverine. Like Deadpool and Wolverine was a ton of fun, and I laughed my ass off.
There may have been some plot holes.
But this actually had a good plot. Like I said, that like brought everything together.
No, I agree. And what I liked about the plot is it made
Werewolf by Night is solid, dude. But that was before Guardians 3, right?
It was.
So after Guardians 3, it doesn't seem like they've had something solid, something fun, something to get excited about. And it kind of made me, there's no, I mean, but let's face it, what is Emilia Perez?
No, there never should be anything like Emilia Perez, people. Please, oh God.
Anything topped. Oh my God, that would have been the cream of the crop if they had topped this dancing.
Anyway, no, but what I loved about this is, you take these characters that have a lot of issues internally, and I like how they take that issue they do, they're falling on the same trope of like, is there a bad guy? Is the bad guy inside of us all along?
Wow, that was deep, Amanda.
It's not spoiling anything, but maybe our internal struggles are really our biggest demons and our biggest enemies at the end of the day, and we need each other to build each other up. And wow, that was great. Just quote me on that, guys. That's really what it's all about. I mean, that's what it is. And of course, it has a lot of the you're right. It's no Luis Guzman. And there's obviously a lot of Marvelisms to it, a lot of little Easter eggs thrown throughout the movie that we see. The name of the we'll talk about it in the spoiler section, but the name of a certain company had thrown me through a loop. We had to keep hearing them talk about it.
Oh yeah, because I didn't hear it at first. I got excited because I was like, "Oh, are we confirming something?"
Yeah. No, we were not. I don't even know. That was clearly they either did that to mess with us, or because I asked Omar, I was like, "Is that in the comics?"
I mean, it's a very, very, very weird
Yeah.
If it is, I mean, we're talking about something that happened in shoot. I don't want to spoil. Oh, well, no, this is something that happened in the Ultimate Universe, but not the new Ultimate Universe, the original Ultimate Universe. And I'm like, surely they're not. That's a deep cut. I don't know if they're using that as an Easter egg. I think they just kind of came up with this, but we'll talk about it more. And maybe somebody that's watching tonight probably caught something that we didn't. Is this a movie appropriate for 80-year-olds?
Sure.
Absolutely. There's a lot of Florence Pugh in this movie, so recommended. But
that's standard for 80-year-old guys.
That's an all ages type of thing. I had a lot of fun. I laughed, and it got a little bit emotional when at the right time too. So I thought it was something worth watching, and I kind of, I want to kind of watch it again, which is a weird feeling I haven't had in a Marvel movie in a while.
I do want to see it again. I want to see if there's anything I might have missed. I really love, so here's one, and his brother pointed this out, and I didn't realize it. So Louis Pullman, who plays Bob, and we all know
my brother was like, that looks like
that's Bill Pullman.
And I'm like, no.
Actually, now that you say it, so I looked it up, and it is. But I really like that actor.
He was also Bob in Top Gun Maverick.
He was also Lieutenant Bob in Top Gun Maverick. He looked a little bit different. I think he beefed up for this role, 100%.
Yeah.
He beefed up.
For the role of Bob, which we'll talk about in details in a little bit.
Yeah, but I thought he did a really great job in that role. I enjoyed his performance.
So there, we're going to talk about some Easter eggs here in a little bit as well, because, well, there was just some and one big Easter egg that happened, towards the end, which I don't want to reveal here.
Yes, we get to spoilers. Now, I will say the one issue I had, and I don't know if you felt the same way. The music, the score, in some parts for me felt either too low or off, like the music that was going on with the scene. Not in every case, but in some cases, I was like, I don't know if I like the score here. I don't know if it's doing anything for me. And so that was the only issue one of like the big issues I had was just like, I don't know how I felt about the score. Who did the score? I don't even know who does the score.
I'll be honest with you. I didn't. Maybe
the band Sun Looks.
Yep, we were just talking about Bill Pullman's son. Yeah, that's exactly what we were just talking about. Yeah, my brother was the one that pointed it out. I was like, I don't know that he doesn't look anything like Bill Pullman. My brother couldn't even think of his name. He's like, the guy, the president from Independence Day. That's his son.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. That's you.
Yeah, I was like, no, it doesn't look like him. But he did have his mannerisms. So,
but and I was like, okay, and the way his mouth was, like, I realized.
And honestly, the trailer made me roll my eyes back, like when he started playing the music in the limo. If you saw the trailer, there's a scene where Red Guardian pushes the wrong button when he's trying to put some kind of shield up on his limo, and it's like dance music and smoke comes up. So that was in the trailer. And I thought, didn't we already do that joke in Thor Ragnarok? Like, this is practically
the pleasure cruise ship.
Like, yeah. I was like, this is gonna be bad. I mean, if we're already reusing jokes to put in the trailer, no, it worked. Even that made me crack up. And I was like, I've already saw this in the trailer, but because you're caught in the moment of everything that's going on, and Contessa, oh my gosh, she is an amazing character. Can we please keep Julia Louis-Dreyfus around?
Like the best antagonist for the Avengers in general. Like, you think that you're gonna get her, and then she turns on you. Like, she has it. Like,
I like characters like that,
but like better because she's like just smarter about it. Just a little bit more under the radar. She's doing everything. She's always one step ahead of everyone. Then maybe not Bob.
I like that because we needed someone like that, right? Like we've had Nick Fury, and God knows what happened after Secret Invasion. Probably his career ended along with that show. I don't know. Maybe we don't need Nick Fury back. There's still a lot of questions by the end. So, yeah, slow beginning. It picked up in the second act, and I thought the third act was great with the overall art of the whole story. I like how it brought everybody together and the reason why they're together and why they work together so well. It's got, a great message of hope and the power of friendship, which every manga and comic book story really needs. If you're talking about Julia Louis-Dreyfus, she actually does seem like she's having fun with the role. Yes, she was great, but she's a great. I mean, if you saw her in Veep, she's got range, right? She's a great actress.
Yes, she really does.
This made me feel Iron Man 1 vibes all over again. The structure is kind of similar as well. I can see that, right? It kind of helps you build up, and then of course we can talk about the post-credit scenes in a little bit when we get to the spoilers section. Yeah. But I am curious. We just got out of the movie theater about an hour ago, maybe actually less than an hour ago. Coming out of the movie theater, like what were you thinking, Amanda? Like first thoughts? Like I've talked a lot, so I want to hear your opinions.
Yeah, no. So first time when I first got out of the theater, I was pleasantly surprised. I was really excited about the end credit scene. The second end credit.
We'll get there. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
That really had me jiving, and then it started getting my mind reeling about what it all means. But honestly, when I first got out of the theater, I was like, I really enjoyed this movie. I really like the character of Bob. I like this group of people together. Mm-hmm. There were parts that I thought were slow, but overall, I mean, once we got to that second act and once they started coming together and, but this is not really a spoiler. We know that eventually they're going to work together, and because that's the whole idea of these movies. So once they really become a team and start working together, it really pops off. in as a whole, and it really makes that the rest of the movie just go fast. And it's not a long movie in terms of recent Marvel movies. I mean, it's just clocks in at about 2 hours, maybe like 2 hours and 6 minutes. So it's not even as long as some of the other ones that are like over like 2.5 or two and a quarter or whatever. It's clocks on just at 2 almost hours.
The Danny Glover Concrete Jungle story, dude. I'm a huge fan of Predator 2. I love that movie. I ain't ever met anybody else that likes it and says it's underrated. I love Predator 2. Anyway,
I don't think that Thunderbolts is overrated. I think it's just rated.
I don't even know what people. I'll be honest. I don't know what people.
So
I never look at what people are saying anyway. But
it sounds like from the chat that people are saying that there's mostly positive reviews, and I think if you're going,
they need to win.
Yeah, if you're going, I know. I don't know why people want to crap on Marvel. I hope it does well because I'd like to see. I would like to see Fantastic Four down the line of X-Men.
It's the same thing with everything else, right? Like people crap on new music, people crap on new comics, people crap on new anime. Like we can't just be happy for other things to succeed, right? We want everything to fail for some reason. Like I don't know what it is about some people that's like that. But anyway,
but overall, first thought out of the theater, enjoyed it, thoroughly enjoyed it. I think Florence Pugh was. I feel bad for Scarlett Johansson because Florence Pugh's getting what her.
She is a better character than Black Widow. I'm sorry, I never liked
it. But I'm sure that
comic character is a lot better than the movie character. The movie character just never did anything for me.
Mm-mm.
And can we talk? We give so much praise to Tom Cruise for doing his own stunts. Florence Pugh jumped off that fucking building at the beginning.
Did she really jump off?
Absolutely, she did. That was her. Absolutely one. That is is it still the tallest building or is it the second tallest building now?
Really?
Absolutely. Because I was watching it and I'm like, oh my God, that's her. Because they were doing a zoom in, like the camera. That was freaking cool, man. I was like, how are we not talking about that? Damn. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but I thought that was her. I don't think there was a stunt double used for that. Well,
I was like, anything even that.
Somebody please look that up right now.
I'm like looking at like, wait a minute. Now I feel like I need to know.
I told you they did a promo spot on the stunt. Shit was nuts.
Yes, it was impressive.
Leave it to Bloss to knock a woman down while she's up there.
Not
the tallest building, not like Tom Cruise.
He sent me Bloss sent me a really, really funny tweet.
Dude, he's always sending me funny shit on Instagram.
On Instagram. And I was like, I love that you're sending me tweets on Instagram. That it cracks me up. Cross social
media.
Giving
negative reviews are people who generally checked out of the MCU altogether and don't care about new characters. I mean, it's the same thing in comics too. It happens.
It happens.
And Yelena's first appearance is now available in Black Widow Epic Collection, Itsy Bitsy Spider. That's right. Absolutely.
There we go.
Created by Devin Grayson, who actually went to the screening along with J.G. Jones. He went to the screening. I love when they invite creators to the screening and they get invited to after parties sometimes.
That's really
not every creator gets invited to an after party.
You're like, can we do it?
What's up? Okay. I'm gonna look up if she did that on her own stuff.
Okay, you're gonna do that. Yeah. So
I wouldn't be jumping off on a goddamn building. I don't care how much you put a stunt double there.
What else can we say about the movie without really spoiling the events? David Harbour is his Red Guardian character. He's really leaned into it.
He plays a good dad role, right? Like he did it in Stranger Things, right?
Yeah.
And he's doing it in this.
I like obviously I know Ant-Man and the Wasp was not Omar's favorite Ant-Man film. I
don't like any of the Ant-Man movies.
You do not, but I like Hannah. Is it Hannah John Common?
Thank you, Matt.
Hannah John Common is I think that's how you say her name. She was pretty good in this. I mean, she had way more to do in this than she did in Ant-Man and the Wasp because she was kind of like
the young lady that played Ghost.
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
Okay, and please correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't they replace? I thought they replaced one of the actors, and I thought it was her at first.
No, it's not her. No,
was it the lady that was playing Taskmaster that they replaced, or did they not?
It must have been. I don't remember if she did or not.
Song scene in the limo had me cracking up. Not gonna lie.
Oh, I agree.
How are you driving around? That part did make me laugh. All right. So here we go. Here's Bruce with the facts. Thank you, Bruce, for the super chat. She jumped a distance of about 6 feet and dangled by a harness before being pulled up. I still ain't gonna do that. And I've been drunk zip lining on buildings in Vegas. No way, man. That building is Viva Peru, carajo. Oh my god. I took a hard on for Florence Pugh his eyes. He's not really that wrong.
He's
man, fine. Anytime that woman is,
she's great, but he's also
on that accent. Oh, lie to me, baby. Oh my gosh.
Anyways, all right. He kind of does. Okay, so with the long hair, Matthew.
I said that too. But
he does look
my
like
brother was like, it looks like Bill Pullman, and I'm like, no
like
way.
His older brother. But he does look like him, and now I was like, wow, Louis Pullman's kind of hot. And now that all this,
he looks like Bill Pullman and Tom Holland had a baby.
I think Bill Pullman was hot. I mean, Bill Pullman's one of the best movie presidents.
He was Lone Star in Spaceballs.
Spaceballs, yes, but also one of the best presidents.
That was the Taskmaster.
It was the same one.
You ended up crying. I got a little emotional too, man. Yes, Florence Pugh over ScarJo.
She is a fantastic actress, and
Captain Marvel producer Jonathan Schwartz, who also produced the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, calls Brie Larson's the next Tom Cruise. On any other Marvel movie, stunt doubles would be doing 99% of what she's doing, he said on the set. Brie Larson does her own stunts? I didn't know that. Yeah, drunk ziplining. So you're for those outlandish wavering conditions. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Taskmaster scene shocked me in this moment. That's online already free. It opens with blonde. That's not good. Not in good. You're saying Florence
not okay. All right. Clearly, Amber is trolling.
Did you see her thighs, Amber? Did we look at the same woman's thighs, Amber?
I'm sure to Amber, if she's not stick thin, she said
death by snoo. You know what I'm saying, Amber? Okay. Louis should be Ben Reilly because he looks like Tom Holland. That's what I'm
wrong. Now that you see it, I'm like, yeah.
Louis Pullman from Lessons in Chemistry with Brie Larson's TV series on it. Oh yeah, you were telling me about that.
Yes, I forgot that he also was their husband in it. That dog.
How are you doing, dude? I don't join the live stream. Just got home from the movie. I really enjoyed it and hope this spring. Right, we did too. We walked out of the movie going, that was fun. I missed that feeling. It's been a while since I've had that feeling of I kind of want to watch that again.
Yeah, because I know when we left Captain America Brave New World, we both were like, well,
I guess we need to do this. I know when we left Joker 2. First of all, there were 3 people in the theater, and it was just me, Amanda, and some other random dude that I think was filming the movie the entire time.
We just kept laughing and talking through Joker Folia, dude. Like, we did not give a crap.
Did we review that movie?
We did. No, we did not. We watched it and reviewed it.
I don't think I could review that movie. Oh, Paul Jenkins was at the premiere. The creator, or co-creator, rather, of the Sentry. Cloak got his... Okay, so I think we need to start talking about
because now people are putting spoilers.
I'm so glad you like Joker. That's awesome, dude. I'm so glad you like Joker too. No, all that matters is that you like it, right?
Yes.
That's all that matters at the end of the day. There's plenty of movies I like that other people consider crap. Okay, so Amanda and anybody else that watched it, and then we'll get to the spoiler part. What would you rate this movie out of 10? And anybody that's watched it, keep in mind, we just watched it one time. We just got out of it. We're riding on that high. Sometimes when you ride on the high, we're like, I may have scored it a little too harsh, or maybe I scored it too high. It's kind of hard.
You really did just get out of the theater like an hour ago.
We discussed it. But it is fun to walk out of the theater and us talking about it, like that car ride. I'll never forget the car ride of Thor Love and Thunder, where Corey was like, I liked it, and then you and I changed his mind like that. Let me tell you why it sucks.
We're like, let me tell you why it's a bad movie, and Corey's like, you
guys brought up some good points. All right, what would you rate it, Amanda, and anybody that's watched it?
I honestly really enjoyed it. I think a solid 8 out of 10 for me. Really enjoyed the film.
Absolutely, this is an 8.5 from me. think I'm leaning more 8.5 because I really like that what they were using as the plot device to bring everybody together because it hits close to home right now.
Yes.
All right, let's go ahead. For anybody that hasn't seen it, by all means, go and see it. Support your. Nope, that's the wrong one. Sorry about that. There we go. I have never made it. Yes, Scarlet Spider.
Where's that kid? Comment in the chat. Where'd he go?
All right, baby. Let's do it. Spoilers. Let's talk about some Easter eggs, and then we can talk about some spoilers. How about that? Or at least the Easter eggs we caught, right? So, Ox, O-X-E. At first, we thought they said Oscorp, and I'm like, oh my God, are they going to bring in? Right? But then they were like Ox. Oh, and then we saw it on the paper, so it's O-X-E. If that is indeed a reference, and anybody that knows, by all means, please correct me. The only thing I can think of is in the Ultimate Universe, there was the Ox. Like, it was it's part of, like, what? It was one of those Ultimate stories by Ben. Was it Fallout, I think? It might have been an Ultimate Fallout where I first saw it, and that was it. Like, I don't think we've ever seen it in the 616 universe. Although, maybe it was in the... Was it in Jim Sub's Thunderbolts, maybe? Anyway, if somebody remembers. The few Thunderbolts. It's Val's LMD organ. Thank you. That's what it is. Life model decoy, by the way, for anybody that has... Should I watch the movie with my ex? If it brings you all closer and that's what you want.
If you're trying to get closer to your ex, then by all means, watch it.
Really quick. Let me highlight the comments here. 8.5. Right around what we think, too. 8.5. 7.5. Feels like an 8.5. Had some bad the stuff Marvel has been making lately. Yeah, right. That's it. 7.5. I think maybe an 8, 7, 10. 7 out of 10. Ending kind of flop for me. Scarlet's, I still love that one. 8, Lonely Pony, 7.5. It's good. Not sure if it's one that I would just put on and just rewatch it. It's an 8 for me. Some plot is just there, but otherwise strong and enjoyable. Strong and enjoyable, I think, is the way I would. Yeah. On its own, 7 out of 10. But compared to Phase 1 to 3 MCU movies, get to 6 out of 10. Yeah, what the hell is Oxcorp? Well, apparently it's a life model decoy that's ran by Val. Okay, so that's where it comes from. Did you guys catch the John Walker set on your left? Absolutely, because I went like that to Amanda. I was like, on your left.
On your left, I was like, lovely.
So they mentioned the Red Room, which you have to mention the Red Room.
Yes, gotta always go back to the Red Room when Black Widow's involved.
My brother's the one that pointed this out to me. Because I didn't catch Valentina's assistant's name, and her name is Mel.
Yeah.
So if it is Mel, that could be later on Melissa Gold, who is Songbird, who was... Shoot. If you don't know the twist to the original Thunderbolts, I don't want to spoil it for you here. But there is a big twist in issue 1 that I'm sure most of you already know. Mm-hmm. But that's who that character could be. So she could be the character of Songbird. Who knows? I love the battle of New York, the whole gala that they had.
And she's showing off all the things. Like
Melissa McCarthy, no.
The handcuffs.
I think it is confirmed she's Songbird, but I don't know if they'll do anything with it. Well, they didn't do anything in this movie, right?
No, they didn't. Yeah.
I mean,
just showed that she's willing to...
Yo, Amanda and I looked at each other and we're like, when he showed up in the motorcycle, I got like Tom Cruise Mission Impossible 2 vibes. I know everybody hates that movie, but I actually dig it. John Woo for life, maybe. But we both looked at each other and we're like, that Bucky's pretty badass.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Every time he takes off his jacket, he's like, okay, I got to show the big gun.
I don't understand why he did that, but whatever.
It's fine. It makes sense.
It makes sense? Okay. What else were there? Okay, so she was... this is interesting. I didn't catch that. She was wearing... Hold on a second. I think it was silhouetted animator that said... Yeah, Mel has a Songbird necklace, I think. That's cool. Felt a bit dumb, like Deadpool 3. I thought it had a better plot than Deadpool 3. I thought Yelena and Red Guardian were going to see the Avengers plaque that Hawkeye was looking at in his show outside of Avengers. Watch it. Ooh, that would have connected it. But Hawkeye apparently doesn't want to come back for season 2, according to Amanda.
Oh yeah, he was. Yeah, he was on. He did an interview and he said no because they were only going to pay him half of what they paid him for season 1, and he said just because I got ran over doesn't mean I'm worth it. I was like, it's a good joke. Good joke. you did get run over. You survived. It wasn't funny at the time, but I'm glad you're laughing at it now.
So let's talk about the Sentry for a minute, because that's I think a lot of people. There were a couple people that were already chatting about him. So the Sentry in the movie is a little bit different than the Sentry in the comics. There were some elements of the comics in here, like the outfit looks legit, just like the Sentry.
Yeah.
Even the S right there, and the whole idea of the Void being the exact enemy, like it's his arch enemy, and you don't know who it is, and then it turns out to be him. It's just a part of his, part of who he is. There's also they call him like the power of a million suns. That was, or is it 1,000 exploding suns? They had it on the paper. The Golden Guardian Project and things like that. So all those were throwbacks to him. But this character, the Void, and the way that he works, it's like depression. And I thought that was so powerful to have everybody connected. Like that scene, man, when she was talking about how she lost her sister, and she was like, and you never called, and you feel that, man. Like that was good. Like, and she calls him dad. Oh man, that was really good, and that was emotional. I wasn't expecting, like, seriously, when I saw the trailer and when we talked about watching this movie, I was like, whatever, sure, let's go review it. I'm sure it's gonna be forgettable or just something you put on in the background. But there were some moments like that mixed in with the comedy really hit.
Well, and even
one moment, I mean, that's what movies get you to do, right? Like you're laughing 1 second, and then the next moment you're emotional over something because you're going through something very similar.
Yeah, and we get to learn a lot about Bob's backstory, and he definitely has mental health issues. He struggles with drug addiction. He makes a couple of meth jokes.
When he was with the chicken suit, he was like, I was on meth at the time.
The chicken suit, because we were like, what is that chicken suit doing in the trailer? And it's one of his memories within the weird memory maze that's within the Void.
Very almost like in Inception in a way. I kind of like that. I like it's a different type of movie, right? Because you're breaking inside of someone's head and trying to get them out of this dark place, when every one of these characters is in a dark place. I really like that. And they didn't oversell it, because it's not like he touched everybody at one time like you would see in some movies, and you get to see everybody's background, what makes them be in this dark place. But he only touched Walker and Yelena, and even Valentina. We get to see a little bit of her bag, which we don't know really anything about her.
We don't know where she came from. We have a little glimmer.
Yeah.
Her, like, I guess being the reason her father was murdered is because she made the mistake of telling someone as a child where they were, not realizing what she did was wrong. Because she was a child. How would she have known that?
Yeah. So in this, he was part of this program that they were, man, Valentina's a messed up character. They were getting volunteers to pretty much become superheroes, right? Like become Earth's mightiest hero, which is of course a riff on the Avengers, Earth's mightiest heroes. But apparently she was just disposing of these people's bodies. Like they found this kid, where was it, in Malaysia or somewhere?
Malaysia. He was in Malaysia. That's where the study.
He volunteered, and then he was supposed to be killed off along with all the other people that volunteered. But for some reason, the power that they infected him with stuck.
And I think it's beyond the super soldier serum. I don't think it's just super soldier serum.
No,
you can't, like,
I don't. Well, they never really explained it, right? Like they just kind of hint at it.
Without Tony Stark there, we don't need anyone to explain the wacky science to us. I'm fine with that.
Right. There wasn't any of that in here.
Yeah.
And honestly, comic book science, whatever.
I wouldn't understand it anyways. You have to explain
it. Dude, but when that kid turned, like, I was like, oh, he's solid. As said, because at first, like, in my head, I already have somebody pictured as the Sentry.
Yeah, you do.
And this kid is like, he's kind of goofy looking, like not his face, but the way he's acting. I'm like, I don't know if this, but he worked good when he puts on the Sentry suit and he says, "Why should I listen to you?"
Oh, that was so good. I know,
right? And he was like, "You said that I could take on the Avengers, and then the Avengers have at least one god, dude." Like when the gears are turning, and I'm like, "Oh shit, that's my kind of villain." That was good. I like that. I like that.
Yes.
Man, I really like that. I thought that was a good, like, that makes for a good villain. And I'm so sorry. Somebody said they didn't feel like they didn't like the ending. I like the ending that they kept him alive because
Yeah.
we have this team of new Avengers, which we'll talk about here in a little bit, but now we have this guy that has schizophrenia and at any time could snap while you're in the middle of a mission and
Exactly.
turn into this void. So I like that. I like that we're having this team and we have Bob that's tagging around, like tagging along with them. And at any moment, that guy could turn into the void.
The void.
And they're like, yeah, we'll take our chances, right? Oh, dude.
Not about one time. We'll do it again.
That would make a good, like, that team dynamic works so well.
It does.
Like they're all keeping him grounded. I like that about this movie.
Because they're not perfect themselves. And so they're the right people. He doesn't need other superheroes with those good intentions all the time, like Captain America. He needs
right. He was reading and enjoying a milkshake, yet this guy has the power of 1,000 exploding suns, right?
He's bulletproof.
I like that.
Superman. Like, yeah, it's like, I don't want them. Yeah. I know that Marvel has done this in the past. They kill off characters. We're like, oh, we can use that. That would have been a good, but they already killed them off and it's too late. But I guess never too late. So we have a multiverse.
No, I'm glad they kept them around because that kind of character is kind of needed on a team like this.
It is. Yeah, I agree.
Steve Rogers Super Soldier Serum doesn't seem so special anymore, but not everybody can be Steve Rogers.
Well, apparently neither is Vibranium now that they discovered Adamantium, which is stronger than Vibranium. Oh, that was a great scene too when Bob becomes the Sentry and they're all trying to fight him because Val's turned him against them. He takes U.S. agent's shield and folds it to a taco, and then he's like, after he gets his memory back, maybe he can fold this back for me.
Dude, I agree. Actually, Red Guardian worked. He did. I thought in the trailer, this guy is gonna get on my nerves. He's gonna scream. What's up, Brian? How are you, brother? Good to see. I'm going to see it if I'm strong enough. Brian, one of our longtime viewers, had a heart attack. He was traveling from out of the country, and he had a heart attack when he was supposed to see WrestleMania in the United States. So he woke up here. He didn't get to see WrestleMania, and he got to experience that good old American healthcare. And now he's back in his home country and healing. So that's awesome, dude. I'm so happy that you're okay. Have they said which planet Vibranium came from? Didn't they show like a meteor crashing, but they didn't explain what planet? I don't think they've done that yet, right? Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about, let me see, what kind of other Easter eggs, because of course the biggest Easter egg happens at the end, which is what the asterisk stands for, right? Which is something
obviously, for those who aren't familiar, so in the story, Val ends up using the old Avengers Tower. She has bought it and taken it over. It's become her laboratory of sorts for Ox, her corporation. So here I was thinking like Oscorp was going to buy that bad boy. No Ox, still no Oscorp. No other New York Avengers make their appearance. Mayor Fisk is not under martial law at this point.
Can we talk about that amazing scene where she's talking to the team about how big of a losers they are after getting their ass handed to them by the Sentry? And everybody in New York is just walking past them without like looking at them. That is one of my favorite scenes that I was laughing my ass off.
That woman looked at like Florence Pugh like, what are you doing? Why are you talking
like,
so
nobody, loud? Like maybe one lady looked and then she just kept on walking. And I love that scene, that's how it's played out. That was awesome.
That was funny. After they got their asses kicked and they left the building, that was really funny. She did look at her, like she looked at Florence Pugh, like, and they kept walking. What else? What else did we miss?
I like the Avengers Tower use and the A there, like the A at that gala at the very beginning.
The Bucky being a senator, that all played a role. Like we saw that starting in Captain America. He got it, and now I guess it's short-lived. I don't think.
Well, it's nice to see the movies connecting, not taking that much time apart from each other, right?
Yes.
All right, so let's get to the asterisks and see if everybody got excited. Like we were discussing it, and I know we've been talking about this on the channel for a while since we saw the name Thunderbolts with an asterisk, and we were thinking, okay, maybe they'll change the name like they did Falcon, Winter Soldier to Captain America and Winter Soldier, the TV show. And they did, right? So at the end, that was so smooth of Valentina, too. She's like, I'm so sorry. Please don't kill me. Look, she goes behind the curtain, and on the other side of the curtain is a whole press conference that she's ready for.
So smart.
That was smooth. She is 3 steps ahead of the game. And she's like, I am here to introduce you to the saviors of this city, the New Avengers. This team is called the New Avengers. And I was like, okay, that actually works, right? We were thinking Dark Avengers. We even joked about maybe like West Coast Avengers, but no, it works. New Avengers. So the after credit scenes, there's 2 of them, right?
There's 2.
There's the scene with Red Guardian about the Wheaties box. That's funny.
It was a running joke throughout the film. He wanted to be on the
bringing it back, right?
Back. Very nice. The
second one where they're sitting around and about marketing and Avengers. They're talking about Sam Wilson has his own Avengers, so we know that's coming.
So we have other Avengers, and they trademarked the name Avengers.
I like that. So they're seeing a ship from an extra dimensional ship, is what they call it.
Yeah,
so we know it doesn't come from the same dimension, and it's a spaceship. And at first, we're like, what is that? And I was like, that looks like a Fantastic Four ship. And it says 4 on there. So, we're all excited. We're like, yeah. But the next movie that's coming out is Fantastic Four.
Yes.
Wouldn't it be crazy if who is revealed to be in that spaceship is none other than Victor Von Doom instead of the Fantastic Four? Like, he's the one that steps out and tells everybody, I'm the only survivor of my dimension. It got destroyed by this being.
Yes.
And he's playing everybody because it's, it's that dimension's Doctor Doom. But I'm sure it'll be the Fantastic Four, right? Showing up at the, I guess the Thunderbolts will be at the end credits. Like I think that was.
I think so too. Warning them of this multiversal thing that's coming, because I think that's kind of what's going to help set up Doomsday. And now I want to look at the Marvel release schedule. What else? Okay, so the Thunderbolts name, for those who weren't aware, so they didn't name it after Thunderbolt Ross.
It's Herbie the robot. Yes. He's the sole survivor. All right, go ahead, Amanda.
No, so Thunderbolts, they actually used that name throughout the film as a reference to the soccer team that Yelena were on as a child. And it was really funny because there was the argument about who was sponsoring it, like Shane's Tires or someone else.
And Red Guardian would get upset.
Yeah, because he's like, he didn't have any money. And she's like, what do you mean? Okay, that's great. And they kept making it up. It was fantastic. Yes. That's one of the things that we didn't talk about that happened. What else?
In the comic books is a little more inspiring because there's a twist, like I said, with the comic books. And there's a whole speech that was given by the leader of the Thunderbolts. It's like justice like lightning, right? And talking about men and but it makes sense because when you're Kurt Busiek. So good.
Yeah. So in terms of movies, guys, after Fantastic Four, Avengers Doomsday is the last movie because everything else is TV shows, right? Marvel Zombies, Eyes of Wakanda, Wonder Man is a TV series.
Where's the Armor Wars, or did that get canceled?
I don't think that's happening.
What?
It's just still down here. What?
It's still. Are you serious?
No, I don't see it. Yeah. So whatever happens in Fantastic Four is going to help fuel the events obviously in Doomsday. So, and this is setting it up too. It's going to be interesting though, because obviously that end credit scene does kind of set up the fact that Sam Wilson is getting the Avengers back together. We don't know how that happens or what comes of it. So that's going to be there's going to be some plot filling they're going to have to do, essentially.
Yeah, I swear to God, man, like the MCU and comic book movies as a whole are up and down roller coaster ride, and I'm here for it. All the ups and all the downs, man. And when it's down, baby, it's
when it's down, it's down.
God bless. Terrence Howard turned down playing Marvin Gaye. Did he? Yeah. He was offered the role.
Marvin Gaye, and he turned it down?
Jeremy Renner got Terrence Howard. We're using my dude as a verb now. What happened? When we get the soft reboot after Secret Wars, I'm curious how they'll handle New Avengers. Do they stay or do they all get reset in the new universe?
It's a great question.
Man, I'm wondering what's going on with the Young Avengers.
They're not going to be young anymore, Omar. I'm going to say it right now. They'll be the New Avengers.
They're not that young anymore? What are you talking about? Them kids, they're still kids. Okay. Oh, I forgot. White Widow is not. Yelena is not. Haley isn't.
Miss Marvel. You saw her in Sinners, right? She ain't a little girl anymore. You saw her in Sinners. She's not a young girl.
Wow. Okay. Don't say that.
Okay, I'm just saying.
It just makes me feel creepy. Armor Wars was canceled. Thank you, Bruce, for the super chat. Because of the failure of Secret Invasion. Well, they needed better writers. The young adult Avengers. I kind of like that. The young adult Avengers.
Just a bunch of 20-somethings living their life. There we go.
So basically, none of the Phase 4 movies didn't matter besides Black Widow, which was a prequel to this, right? Let's see. Falcon Winter Soldier introduced the concept of of Walker, right? So that's where he gets introduced.
Well, I guess you could technically say the Eternals because that's the introduction to adamantium, which is going to matter.
Ain't nobody gonna say that's important, man. That movie
does matter when we get a Wolverine. Why? No, Eternals crying in the corner. We have a dead Celestial. They're mining for parts right now, guys, for Wolverine. It's happening. They're mining him. They're gonna plug it into Harry Potter, and we're gonna get a Daniel Radcliffe.
Oh my God! Stop. Sounds like a lot is on pause until Secret Wars is over, and I think that would be okay. I think that would be okay, right? We know we're getting X-Men. We saw the cast of all these characters that are going to be in Doomsday. Now, Doomsday is the first one. Are they keeping? Is the second one still going to be Secret Wars for sure?
Yeah.
I think Kang the Conqueror, the Kang Dynasty was supposed to open last month in the original plan. What could have been?
I mean,
is my buddy Logan still watching? He was here a little bit earlier. Logan Wayne was sharing with me all the secrets that Chris Claremont was just lashing out all the spoilers from Doomsday. Really? Kang was supposed to come out tomorrow, Amanda.
Oh wow. Could you imagine?
Kang got Terrence Howard. I love that everybody's using my
no, he got worse than Terrence Howard did.
Blade shows up, but played again by Wesley Snipes, apologizing to Black Knight, saying, "Sorry, I had a cold." Oh man, just came out of watching Kang Dynasty. Wow. Was he better in that than he was in Ant-Man and Wasp: Quantumania? Cam is still running from his ex-girlfriend in the street. Oh man, Charlemagne goes off on Disney Marvel for firing Jonathan Majors and pretending to take a moral stance. You're not firing an actor, Jeremy Renner, when he faced abuse allegations from his ex-wife. I not heard of that. And didn't this case go to trial? What happened to Majors? Yeah. What happened? Is he not allowed to work? According to Chris Claremont, Wolverine's going to kill an important character.
They found him guilty of misdemeanor assault and harassment.
So he was found guilty.
52 weeks of domestic violence, counseling, and probation, avoiding jail time.
What?
So the court of law did their thing. And found
I guess that dude ain't working again. I remember reading about Udo Kier talking about his time when filming Blade 1. He had a liking to Wesley. Can't blame him. Omar, since you're a big fan of The Crossing, I am. Did you like or dislike the Kang MCU stuff? Okay, I'll be honest with you. I did not like his first appearance. I thought he was too whimsical in what was it, in Loki season 1.
You did, yep. You did not
I
like
did
that.
not like him in Loki season 2. I was like, what is this guy trying to do?
Yeah.
No, I guess I didn't. Because yeah, I had a lot of issues with Quantum Mania, and one of the biggest issues was this new threat after Thanos that didn't do anything. He got beat up by ants, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't like that. No, Kang Dynasty is my favorite Avengers story. And Kang is the supposed, like, like the guy is a time traveler. Yeah, I had a lot of issues.
He's supposed to be a big bad, and yeah, Ant-Man beating him just didn't make sense to me.
Yeah, but Jeremy Renner's ex drives a snowplow. Wow, you guys are ruthless tonight. So much for Kang having a time machine.
I bet she wished she did.
Dude, Wesley Snipes still looks good.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
What's up, Josh? Did you go see the movie? Is this close to the Suicide Squad? Or
no, we gave it an 8.
I actually liked it better than James Gunn's The Suicide Squad.
Oh yeah, I liked it. Yeah, I did like it better than James Gunn's The Suicide Squad. Yeah.
I did.
I enjoyed the characters.
I was going to go back to your comment about, so according to Chris Claremont, Wolverine is going to kill an important character in Avengers Doomsday. Now,
going to be Doom? No.
This is Sir Chris Claremont. I don't know how privy he is to this information, or if he's just kind of having a fever dream, but I choose to believe him. So sure, who's he going to kill? Robert Downey Jr.
Is he going to kill Pedro? That would be a waste of that character, unless he has to go back and film more Last of Us for some reason, which he does not.
No, we're not talking about Last of Us. We're talking about this, okay? Stay on target. Stay on target. Avengers Doomsday to be renamed. I wish. The only person who can explain that would be Diane. Josh Brolin addressed his domestic abuse arrest in 2004. How do you know so much about domestic abuse? Diana, she's also an actress. Can't bring myself to watch whatever just because of I forgot.
That MODOK. Could we just have gotten Patton Oswalt's MODOK from the cartoon?
I would have been okay with that. Both of you. I'm leaning more 8.5, but it was good. Kang is great guy than Diddy and R. But yeah, I liked it than Polka Dot Man. All I know is when we eventually see Doom walking past 800 or so dead Kang bodies and sitting on the throne at the end of, oh, yes, baby. And he's got the Infinity Gauntlet for absolutely no reason. Oh, give it to me, baby. Give it to me.
That's what yes. We should also mention.
That's what I saw, too. Chris Claremont was talking about Psylocke. I'm like, is he having a fever dream? I need to check on my
also,
dude.
Yes, Taskmaster. They did not show the chair.
Oh, we didn't talk about Taskmaster because there's really little to talk about.
She literally died within the first 20 minutes of the film.
We were joking. We were like, what if they killed her?
And they did.
Oh, shit. I think they killed her.
No, then they incinerated her. And I was like, she ain't getting back up.
Which was so weird.
Ghost shot her in the face, and then they incinerated her. So she is for sure not coming back anytime soon.
Why does Chris Hemsworth keep getting MCU movies? All Thor movies flopped apart from Thor 1 and 2 did really good.
Yeah, even though Thor Dark World review-wise wasn't great, it still made
it was awful. It was an awful movie. But it did well.
It did well.
Ragnarok killed it.
Yeah, it still made money at the box office.
And actually, freaking Love and Thunder made more money than it should have. I'd be happy if he took out the entire less than Fantastic Four. My friends and I used to have an Avengers show on YouTube. We got Grant Imahara from Mythbusters. Wolverine kills Kang. Oh, at the very beginning.
At the very beginning. Maybe Deadpool does it. I don't know.
Wolverine's gonna kill Rogue and Doomsday. Ouch. We need some heavy hitters in Doomsday. It seems like we're getting some, and that's just half the cast, apparently.
Yeah, it's not even the whole cast. I think they'll probably announce the rest, either at San Diego or D23, we think.
Yeah, it's got to be one of those, right? I think San Diego, they've taken a lot of their stuff to D23. I think San Diego is more for comics again, which is wonderful. That's the way it should be.
Yeah.
At least now we get a better version of Taskmaster later on. Yeah, man. We need the Perez version of Taskmaster.
It'll be interesting to see what we get for Taskmaster.
Wonder what they mean. They said they could be back for more. In this movie? Yeah, it says, well, we know they're coming back for Fantastic Four, probably.
Probably. We know they're coming back from Doomsday because all the chairs returned or revealed in that long 10-hour stream of all the chairs.
Do you know what happens to a toad when he gets struck by lightning?
I
hope she says that line.
I hope that line is in there because I will die. The tears that will be cheered in the theater when that happens.
Is there anything else, Amanda? I know we wanted to do just about an hour because I still got some editing to do, and
I know, I got bedtime
for my trip tomorrow.
Yeah. No, that is it. But we will be back on Wednesday. We are going to finish up Andor, and we're also, since this is a Star Wars theme, and because its anniversary has just passed, we are going to do a Was It Really That Bad of Revenge of the Sith. We have not talked about it yet on this show. I think we did a Was It Really That Bad of Attack of the Clones, if I remember correctly. So
James, we're still watching. James, did we do Attack of the Clones, or we just do? I know we did Sand. I hated.
That's Attack of the Clones. I don't think we did. I don't remember doing Revenge of the Sith, but we are going to do a retro review of Revenge of the Sith, since I might actually see that in theaters this weekend. Since Omar is going to be hanging out in Georgia for Free Comic Book Day after I get my Post Malone comic.
That's right. If you're by Sentinel Comics in Columbus, Georgia, come and say hi. My wife Melanie, the astonishing Melanie, and I will be at Sentinel Comics that Saturday. What are my expectations of Parker Robbins? I love Parker Robbins. That's one of my favorite creations by Brian K. Vaughan. He's talking about the Hood. I love the Hood miniseries. Wasn't the biggest fan of what they did to him in New Avengers, but that's another story. I hope they do the character right. I hope they make him sleazy yet likable. I think he's played by somebody you like, Amanda. I think he was in Transformers, the kid. The young guy in I think.
Are you talking? Anthony Ramos. Yeah, I like that. I like him. Yeah.
Is that who's playing him? I think that's who's
playing the Hood. It says.
I hate
Why does it also show that Sacha Baron Cohen is playing Mephisto? Why? Why is it showing that?
Why do people want Wanda Scarlet Witch to return? She was a mass murdering villain. Redemption arcs, right? The same reason we wanted a good Scarlet Witch comic after the whole thing in House of M. We got James Robinson's redemption of Scarlet Witch, and it was absolutely beautiful. A boy that just barely turned 18. Amanda, what? Who?
No, Anthony Ramos is an adult man.
Oh yeah, this guy, Star Wars Episode 2. Man of Nowhere. We both gave it a 4 out of 10.
Okay, really? We didn't do Revenge of the Sith. Man, we really. Well,
I don't think I remember liking Revenge of the Sith. I mean, I don't like the prequels that much, but I remember thinking.
Well, let's see. We're gonna take it back.
And that one actually was PG-13, right? Because of the killing the Yinglings.
Yes, and honestly, so I came across a video. I know we're wrapping up, but really quick, of the kid who played the little boy that was talking to Anakin before Anakin killed him in the temple.
What? That took a step back.
And he said that when he got called and asked to do that and stuff, and he said that Hayden Christensen was really nice, but when they wanted him to react, he wouldn't react. So what Hayden Christensen did, his eyes kept looking at the lightsaber and not at Anakin, right? And so what he did is when he wanted him to react and step back, out of nowhere, Hayden goes, "Roar!" And then the kid jumped because he wasn't expecting it. Okay, little tidbit for next week's episode. There we go.
Thank you for reminding me of this. So whenever they started doing the Marvel logo, it was the Sentry panels. They were only using Sentry panels. And then it went to dark, like the void.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yep.
I thought that was a nice little touch.
That was a good touch.
How did we see it? It opened up tonight. Not sure where you are, dude. It opened up tonight in America.
Yeah, you can usually do a Thursday showing. We saw it at our local theater here in, wherever we live.
Our rundown, squishy seats, wherever we live. Don't you tell everybody where we live?
It was crappy. And there was a baby crying in the background. And we still.
You know what? It ain't Frankfort, Kentucky unless a baby's crying in the background. My theater seats all squishy and wet. And I don't know if it was me or somebody before me that did that.
Our popcorn did not taste like popcorn.
But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Smash that like button. Thank you all for being here and for tagging along. Yeah.
Remember, check us out on Patreon for more great Name Edition merchandise. Nope. Check us out on Spreadshop for some great Name Edition merchandise. Check us out on Patreon. for $1 a month or more, you can support us in what we do here on this channel to bring you more content. Last but not least, if it's classy and cool, it must be near mint. Good journey till all are one. And if you feel it, chase it, guys. Chase it like that tornado.